Hello and welcome to me, Ross Wilson, on the Ross Alistair Wilson channel. I'm going to do a bit of Last Jedi bashing again. Right, I've got 14 minutes into this thing. Again, I am trying to overcome the Last Jedi. Like, the Last Jedi is something that is like an enemy in a way, and so far I have let it beat me. I have let it win, and I don't like being destroyed by things. So I'm engaging in a little bit of kind of self-abuse here in order to just come to terms with this traumatic experience of The Last Jedi. Because, as I say, I don't want to let it fucking beat me. I've seen it once. I haven't seen it twice all the way through, honestly. I did go a second time to the cinema for that same reason. I didn't want to let it beat me. The first time I went to the cinema, I just felt like it was beaming hate towards me, and I went out of the cinema feeling angry and hate-filled and traumatized, and like my will to live had been sapped from me. I actually felt temporarily suicidal and hopeless for the state of humankind for about 5 minutes. But when I first saw it, it really fucking pissed me off. And it pissed me off not even as a Star Wars fan. It just pissed. I mean, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. I used to like Yoda in the original trilogy. I like the wisdom of it. I do enjoy the films, but I didn't ever become a massive fan in terms of, I never got into merchandise. I never went to conventions. I never read any of the extra materials. It just didn't happen. I'm not sort of saying this as an invested fan, if that makes sense. I'm saying it as a very casual cinema goer for the Star Wars franchise these days. But it pissed me off so much as a film and just as a piece of work in general that I'm still making videos about it. What's this, like more than a year after it first came out. And part of it as well is, why am I revisiting it, is to find out, why does this really piss me off? Because I can say, all right, yeah, it's trash and the jokes are terrible and whatever. And I've watched so many videos about reasons why people think it sucks. And the most recent one I watched was that The Last Jedi is an exercise in narcissistic abuse, or like relationship abuse, that the film acts as an abusive partner in your relationship to the film. So the film is trashing you. The film is there to aggrandize itself and its director and whatever, and that it doesn't actually care about you or your hopes and expectations or your investment in the film. It's there to destroy you, basically, and to destroy your experience of the film. And I still feel that way. I feel that that's quite a good model for understanding it. But it's also, I think, it comes down to self-abuse. Why I'm watching it, again, is I want to die. I want my brain to be destroyed. But I want to actually develop the strength to get through this fucking thing without it affecting me. I cannot let this film win. I cannot let it affect me. But I got 14 minutes in and I'm like, I have to pause it. Because this is the part where Rey is giving Luke Skywalker. Apparently it's Luke Skywalker. She's giving Luke his lightsaber, and he's about to throw it away like it's a piece of cheese in the wind. Which is just the most ridiculously flat moment that we've had. So I've got 14 minutes in and I'm already hating it and I want to stop. And I feel like I can't do this anymore. I feel like I can't go on. But no, I can't do it. I fucking can't do it. But there's also other aspects to this. So obviously we had the opening scenes with General Hux and Poe Dameron and this stupid "your mum" joke. Did anyone actually laugh at that? Did anyone if you're watching this, did you laugh at that? I don't want to know actually, but I just have the feeling that most people didn't laugh at that. It was a flat joke. And like, what is the point of it being there? It's terrible, and it feels really hollow. It feels like it sucks some of the life out of you. You know, it's not just a bad joke or a flat joke. It's a joke that somehow sucks some of your soul out of you while you're listening to it. And I'm trying to think of a comparison. It's sort of a comparison to someone who makes a creepy paedophilic joke, as in a joke about a paedophile, who you're unsure whether they're like, maybe they're a paedophile themselves, and so not only do you feel it's cringy and crass and like off and disturbing, but you also feel like they've somehow sucked a piece of you, like sucked a piece of your life spirit out because they're trying to cover up for some wound of theirs or some shame of theirs. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so it feels a bit like that. And the whole ethos of this film is off. It's like every single scene, every single line, every single joke, every single image is hollow, but worse than hollow. Because hollow, all right, hollow, you can fill that with something. This is not hollow. This is vacuum. This is a vacuum that is sucking into itself. This is not beaming out love, joy, warmth, humor, spirit, hope, optimism, or even art, or even like, it's not beaming out. It's kind of, it's message of some kind. It's withdrawing. It's sucking. I don't know how I've done it. It's somehow trying to suck the soul out of you while you watch it, and I won't let it win. So, what else? Oh, I also, watching this, find it very strange that the idea of Star Wars is still happening. But I don't know, I've never experienced it before in any of the other films, but to be watching this one, it makes me feel like the idea of wars in space, as in Star Wars, ridiculous. It just seems like the whole concept is barren, that the whole concept is actually stupid, that at some point, it says in a galaxy far, far away and a long, long time ago, but it obviously represents a futuristic state from where we are. And to think that at some point in our technological future that we'll still be at war and we've just have taken the war to space feels actually ridiculous now, because I'm thinking it looks like our civilization is moving more and more towards peacefulness overall. Like there are less wars now. And there are more ceasefires going on, and I think that overall the direction of civilization at this stage in humanity anyway is towards less war, actually. So to see wars in space like this, I just find it really weird now, and it's never occurred to me before. Like in all the other films, it seems justified or reasonable. It kind of makes sense in the other films that it's happening, but I don't know how they've done it in this film to make me feel like this is ridiculous, because this is just one bunch of dicks at war with another bunch of dicks. And whereas in the previous films you felt like there was real threat and menace and motivation on behalf of the antagonists, and real a need for the rebellion or whatever they're called in the previous films to fight back or to escape or to change things, whatever. Whereas in this film, I just see like all the people involved in this are involved in a war that is futile, makes absolutely no sense. It seems to be a bunch of westernized, mainly white people, actually, even though they've got your token kind of brown, black, green, orange, purple people in there. Even though you've got a mixed diversity of cast in there, it still actually feels like the tone is predominantly white and westernized, Americanized culture. So you've got one bunch of these idiots fighting another bunch of idiots, which just seems like that would never happen. It would never happen, because they're actually all the same bunch of idiots. And there's no real reason why this bunch of idiots, who seem to subscribe to the same values as the other bunch of idiots, would fight each other. Because they seem to be all on the same page. Why are they fighting each other? It doesn't make any sense. So that's that aspect as well. What else? I don't know. I think that'll do for now. So there's another little bit of Last Jedi nonsense. I said a long time ago when I first started doing videos about The Last Jedi that The Last Jedi was the anti-self. Not the anti-Christ, the anti-self. It was antithetical, oh yeah, to my creative values, as in it's hollow, it's saying nothing, it's pointless, it doesn't hit the mark, it's uncreative, it's barren, blah 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 blah. It's flimsy, it's trash. It's playing to mass markets. It doesn't have any real substance of its own. Blah blah blah. And so again, another reason why I'm watching it more is to think, okay, so if this is the anti-self, the antichrist of films, if this is what I hate, then why do I hate it? And what can I learn? Because if this is it is one of the worst examples of a film that I've ever seen. As in, I've watched other crappy films. Like I really didn't enjoy this, what was that thing called? The Maze Runner. The final installment of that I thought was pretty shit. It was just a bunch of explosions and bangs, and it's very fucking loud. It was just too loud, and I was like, what? I don't care. It's annoying me. But I watched it. It was in the background, but I felt that was a pretty awful film. But not to the point where afterwards it left such a bad taste in my mouth that I had to do millions of videos about it. This is the kind of film that has this soul-sucking, hate-filled feeling around it that makes you want to really understand what is going on. Why has this happened? Not why has this happened, but how do I relate to this? What does this say about me? Like, how can I do something that is not like this, that is better than this? And what are my values and stuff like that? So it's kind of an exercise. Yeah, it's an exercise in self-abuse in a way, because I'm putting myself through this kind of thing I don't enjoy. But also I feel like I'm learning about what I do like in contrast to what I'm seeing here. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. That's been a Last Jedi bashing. Not the Last Jedi bashing, but a Last Jedi bashing. Bye.